Hello, Ayushji. Welcome to
Very good
our
afternoon.
very warm welcome to our series of webinars. Thank you for taking time out from a valuable schedule and helping us and our viewers also in educating them about some products that you have been working on. So viewers, a quick introduction about Ayushji. So Ayushji has been a businessman and recently in the past one of his businesses has been around starting a chain of coffee shops, coffee outlets. And in doing that, he stumbled upon some really, some startling facts about packaged milk. And the more he started to delve into it, the more he discovered. And it was very disheartening for ISG. So it was almost a no-brainer for him to put aside that idea and work on a topic on and work on a product that is really going to benefit mankind. So then he started to work on desi cow milk and products basically. And not to mention, he spent a good amount of time doing research on that, not 1 year, not 2 years, but a whole 3 years doing research on this particular topic. And he finally founded Govardhan, where they take care of many desi cows and they manufacture milk-based products also. So quickly over to you, Ayushji. Let's talk about the desi gear cows. So what exactly is a desi cow and how is it different from the other cows that we see, that people are used to see?
Right. At the outset, thank you very much, Anjali, for a very warm introduction. And so, desi cows are basically those cows that are predominantly from our ancient origin, dating back to the pre-Vedic eras. And the very startling facts of desi cows are the hump on its shoulder. So, when you say the cows that we generally see, so basically in 1970s, India began importing Jersey cows during the White Revolution. And that was the need of the hour at that time because there was a big gap in milk supply and demand, which it is still. But the Jersey cows came in 1970s, which has a very flat shoulder, a flat back, and widely available across the country. So today, the cows that we see are basically Jersey cows or a crossbreed of Jersey cows with our Indian desi cows. So when I say desi cows, it means that every region of our country, like we have our own origins across the length and breadth of the country, likewise, even the cows have origins across the length and breadth of the country. And all of these origins, which date back to pre-Vedic era, are the desi cows. All of these breeds, which are from the pre-Vedic era, would predominantly have a hump on its shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say cow with a big hump on its shoulder,
right,
that is when you realize it's a desi cow. The back will elevate and then fall.
Okay.
The hump on the shoulder.
Okay.
The cows would not be as the horns of the cows will not be as aggressive as the Jersey cows. Normally, Jersey cows don't have horns as well. Okay. One of the other features of the cows is that it gives very minimal milk.
Yes.
It's not a milking machine. So that's how we can differentiate in general layman between desi cow and a Jersey cow that we normally see.
Okay, wonderful. So the next question would be around the cow product, which would be milk. So there's a lot of discussion these days about A2 milk and A1 milk and which is better. Can you share some of your data around that?
Yeah. So let's understand first what is A2 and A1. Widely available milk to us is the packaged milk, which is homogenized milk, generally categorized under A1 milk because these dairies, they get milk from multiple small collection centers. Each of these dairies, without taking names of any, are basically collection centers. They receive milk from multiple smaller collection centers. These smaller collection centers, they receive milk from multiple cattle farmers. These multiple cattle farmers have different breeds of cows and buffaloes. All of this milk goes together into a collection center, which gets filled up and transported to a major collection center, which is a dairy. And then that milk is processed with formulation, with homogenization under a certain formula to be then homogenized, pasteurized, sometimes even toned, to then come to our homes in plastic packet. So the milk is absolutely not fresh because it's processed over a period of time. Now, coming to A1 and A2, the A1 or A2 is the type of beta-casein protein of a cow. The Jersey cow has A1 beta-casein protein. The Desi cows, like we have Gir cows, Desi cows have A2 beta-casein protein. So the A1 beta-casein protein is a weak bond of amino acids that our liver does not absorb. It breaks in our liver, developing a peptide called histidine, which develops beta-casomorphin 7, BCM7, in our bloodstream. Now, this BCM7 is the root cause for all modern day diseases. A2 beta-casein protein is a strong bond of amino acids, which gets absorbed in the liver very easily. It improves the liver's digestive system as well. Because it's very easily digestible, fats dissolves very easily in our body. Hence, it becomes a healthy milk. The proline, which is the peptide of 8-beta-casein, is acceptable to our body and generally becomes a remedy to many of these diseases, which otherwise is a cause from the 8-beta-casein.
It's 4 o'clock.
Sorry. So that's where we can differentiate between A1 milk and A2 milk.
Okay.
So A1 milk is not something that is good for us in general,
Okay.
or the Jersey cow milk, which we can say.
Okay. Quickly, can you share the benefits of A2 milk over A1 milk?
So one of the major benefits is that A2 milk helps improve digestive system because our liver accepts it.
Okay.
The fats of our A2 milk gets dissolved at 37 degrees. Our body temperature is 37.4. So below our normal temperature, the fat is dissolved, which clearly converts the entire fat into energy, boosting our metabolism. So the moment your metabolism is high, you have almost an answer to most of your diseases there in itself. Then the Desi cow milk is very rich in omega fatty acids, omega 3, 6, 9. The omega fatty acids, the conjugated linoleic acid, the CLA combination helps as a remedy for many modern day diseases like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, thyroid, and so on. One of the major benefits of A2 cow milk is it boosts our immunity, and the most need of the hour is immunity.
Right.
Because the immunity becomes stronger, we are able to fight with many of our diseases.
Right. Excellent. I think every fact that you're putting forward, a question is running in my head about what is the next thing I need to ask you. So this can go on for hours, I think. In any case, so what I would like to end today's session with is that in case our customers don't have access to A2 milk for whatever reasons, what is the next best alternative for them?
Okay, so first of all, if you can look out for Desi cow milk, nothing like it. It's a blessing. If the Desi cow milk is not available, then certainly packaged milk is not to be consumed. What we can do is we can look out for Bellona Vedic ghee. Again, ghee is a product which is a healthy fat. It's derived from milk. But there are many ways of forming ghee, which again we discuss can be a very long discussion. So look out for Bellona Vedic ghee, which is made from Desi cow milk.
Right.
That can be a very good solution to our problems, where we don't have access to a Desi cow milk.
Yeah. Okay. And also the shelf life is much higher. So yeah.
Ghee, as per Vedic Purans, as per Vedas, as per Ayurvedas, older the ghee, better it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any shelf life.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Improves with age, basically. Awesome.
Absolutely. The older the ghee, stronger it is. Yeah.
Wonderful. I think ghee is a topic also which we can go on now. So what we'll do, Ayushji, I think the next session we will discuss about ghee, but how Bologna ghee is made and what are the benefits of Vedic ghee, and again, how is it different from the regularly available ghee in the market. With that thought, we'll be ending this particular session. Thank you so much for your time, and
Very
we'll
much.
catch up next week again.
Yeah, surely. Thank you very much. That is
Thank
my
you so
pleasure.
much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.